I hope the explanation of reversible and irreversible process has been clear to you. Okay, so in a reversible process, what happens? The process is carried out. In a reversible process, what happens? The process is carried out infinitesimally slowly, with infinitesimal stepwise changes, stepwise changes to obtain a bigger change, adding up each step to obtain a bigger change. But in irreversible, what happens? It does not carried out infinitesimally slowly, and it is carried out rapidly. The difference between the driving force and the opposing force in the reversible reaction is very, very small, so that you can reverse it at each step. In irreversible reaction, the difference between the driving force and the opposite force is not small, it is huge, so that you cannot reverse. At any stage you can obtain equilibrium. Okay, at any stage, if you stop removing the sand, you can obtain equilibrium. Equilibrium is this stage when the piston is not moving. Okay, so if you stop removing the sand or putting the sand for compression or expansion, whatever, then you will, you will obtain equilibrium at that step only. But in irreversible changes or irreversible processes, you will not obtain equilibrium so easily. It takes now. For reversible reaction, remember, it takes infinite time to complete. Why? Because you are doing it finite number of steps, and each finite number of steps giving you very small changes. These very small changes, dp changes at each stand removal, will add up to give the entire change P. Okay, entire big change P. So when it will give infinite number of steps should be added to get the asli bigger change. Okay, but in irreversible reactions there is only finite number of steps and not infinite number of steps. In practical it is not possible. Reversible is not possible. In practical only irreversible works. Okay, so I hope that you have understood up to this much. Now there is another concept of internal energy. Okay, internal energy is a state function. You remember what is a state function? Okay, I will not repeat. I told you today I will not do any recapitulation. Okay, so internal energy is a state function. Now, what happens is that internal energy, when I am talking about internal energy, if I define the energy stored within a substance or a system, the total amount of energy stored in a substance or a system is called internal energy. Now see, suppose for example a substance or a system is there. Now particles of that substance or the system is there. Now these particles have electronic energy E, plus these have they have nuclear energy En. They have bond energy Ec, chemical bond energy, plus they may have potential energy Ep. They may have vibrational energy Ev. They may have rotational energy Er. Okay, they may have kinetic energy Ek. All these energies added up and gives the internal energy. Now obviously from the definition you can understand that internal energy cannot be exactly calculated, for a system. You cannot calculate you cannot calculate the kinetic energy of all the molecules, cannot calculate the chemical bond energy of all the molecules, you cannot calculate the vibrational energy or the potential energy. You cannot calculate all of these energies at a particular state of a system at a particular moment. You cannot. So you cannot calculate the internal energy of a system. But however, good news is we don't require it too. We don't require to calculate the internal energy of a system. What we require is to calculate the change in internal energy. Calculation of the change in internal energy. This is the reason why I said that internal energy is a state function and not a path function. Because suppose a gas is there, 1 mole of CO2 at 398 Kelvin is there. Okay, and you have taken this 1 mole of CO2 to 500 Kelvin. Now the internal energy, obviously the temperature has changed, the vibrational, the kinetic, all this energy of the particles will change, and the internal energy must have increased. But it doesn't matter that what is the internal energy here and what is the internal energy here. But what you can calculate is, suppose the internal energy here is U2, suppose the internal energy here is U1 and U2. So U2 minus U1, whatever is the delta U, that you can calculate. And that is important. Okay, so internal energy is a state function. You cannot calculate the internal, means how you have taken it from 398 Kelvin to 500 Kelvin, that doesn't matter. You took it from 300 Kelvin to 500 Kelvin, and the state, the pressure, the temperature, the volume, these all things varied. This matters. And hence the internal energies. Look, internal energy always depends on the factors like temperature, factors like pressure, factors like volume, all these things. The entire internal energy of the system depends. And when it changes, how much it changes, that matters. And what is at a particular moment, that doesn't matter. You know, the internal energy doesn't matter at the particular moment. So the change in internal energy matters. So that's why I call it a state function and not a path function. Now, as you have understood that internal energy is a state function and not a path function, it depends only on the change and not the particular value at a particular state. However, you see, I would like to ask you a question. How do you think the internal energy of a system change? How do you think that the internal energy of a system may change? How do you think? How do you think that the internal energy of a system may change? Now this is a good question. See, it may change in two ways. If you pass heat in the system, if you pass heat in or out of system, that will allow you to change the internal energy, because if heat energy goes out and goes in, then you know the vibrational energy, the bond energy, the kinetic energy, the random motion, these all things will change and internal energy will change. And number two, if you do work on the system or system does work on the surrounding. Now this is important to understand. You see, whenever there is compression of a system, decrease of the volume. Okay, whenever there is compression of the system or decrease of the volume, we say that work is done on the system, remember. And whenever the system expands or, you know, the increase of the volume is there, we say system does works on the surrounding. But however, in both of the cases, the internal energy will change. Now, first point, that if you pass heat in and out of the system, I said that internal energy will change, and I justified why I said so. Because these all things will change if you pass heat in or out of the system. But if you do work on the system, suppose you are doing work on the system, they are getting more pressurized. They are getting less volume, and hence the the random motion, you know, at a less volume, the pressure may increase. And due to this change, now if the pressure, now I told you that internal energy depends on the pressure, volume, temperature, these all things. Maybe temperature is not changing, but the pressure, volume, these things are changing. Okay, now this maybe temperature not changing, this thing I have said a big thing, I'll explain that. But pressure, volume, temperature, these things all change. So if you expand this pressure, volume, temperature, the factors on which the variables on which internal energy depends will change. And hence, by doing work, maybe you are doing electrical work, you have passed electric current, or you are doing, you have you know, in water, hot water is there, and you have included a rotator. Okay, and the rotator is rotating. At that time also internal energy by work you can increase. Okay, so or decrease by so remember, internal energy increases or decreases by these two methods. Please remember this. I hope you have understood. For example, you are doing adiabatic work. For example, you are doing adiabatic work. Now, when you are doing adiabatic work means what? You will not allow heat to enter or heat to come out. Okay, I told you internal energy, if you pass heat in or out of a system, then internal energy will change, definitely. Now let me talk about a variation of this. I have explained this. If you are doing it, means you are not allowing heat to, you are not allowing heat to enter or come out. Okay, you are doing adiabatic work. Okay, so when you are doing adiabatic work, you are not allowing heat to enter or heat to come out. Then what actually is happening is that, suppose a work is happening, okay. When you don't allow heat to go out and heat to come out, if it is insulated, a system is there, a gas is there, then definitely while doing work, I told you earlier also that work is equivalent to energy. Where is that energy going? If system is doing work on it, suppose system is doing work on it, still energy is inside. If if surrounding is doing work on the system, then energy is going inside. Then where is that energy going? If the system is expanding and doing work on the surrounding, then energy must be expelled out. Where is that going? Because you are insulating it, adiabatic work is done. Now that is accompanied by change in temperature. Because if you have to maintain adiabatic work and you are not allowing any entry or exit of energy, yes or no? You are not allowing any entry or exit of energy because you have heat, I can say, because you are not allowing heat to flow out or heat to go out, then because you have insulated it, then where is that energy going? Definitely there is change in internal energy. Change in internal energy, U or E. Internal energy is denoted by U or E. That means there is a huge del U or a del E. Okay, because why? Because when you are doing work on the system, that work is increasing the temperature and hence the random molecular motion is increasing and hence the internal energy is increasing. When you are, when system is doing work on the surrounding, the internal energy must be decreasing. This must have happened. So I hope you have understood this. Let us think that isothermal work is happening. Isothermal work is happening means work is happening in such an environment. Work is happening in such an environment where you are allowing entry and exit of heat, but you are not allowing change in temperature. Not allowing change in temperature. टेम्परेचर को चेंज नहीं होने दे रहे हो. अब तुम काम कर रहे हो, इसका जब देखो आप वर्क डन कर रहे हो, ठीक है, आप वर्क डन कर रहे हो. अब जब वर्क डन कर रहे हो तो वर्क डन की वजह से तो इसका इंटरनल एनर्जी घटेगा बढ़ेगा, तो टेम्परेचर तो चेंज होगा, इसका रैंडम मॉलिक्यूलर मोशन घटेगा बढ़ेगा, राइट और रॉन्ग. तो टेम्परेचर तो चेंज होना चाहिए, नहीं आप अलाउ नहीं कर रहे हो. आप टेम्परेचर जब घट रहा है तब हीट अंदर जाने दे रहे हो, टेम्परेचर जब बढ़ रहा है हीट बाहर जाने दे रहे हो. इस तरह से आपने टेम्परेचर को कांस्टेंट रखा है. जब आप टेम्परेचर को कांस्टेंट रखते हो तब हम बोलते हैं डेल्टा यू इज इक्वल्स टू 0, मीन्स देयर इज नो चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी. अब कोई मुझे पूछेगा कि इसका रीजन क्या है, क्योंकि आपने जो चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी हुआ है, सोचो टेम्परेचर नीचे जा रहा था, तो आपने टेम्परेचर नीचे जा रहा था तो रैंडम मॉलिक्यूलर मोशन वगैरह सब एनर्जी वगैरह नीचे जा रहा था, तो आपने हीट देके उसको बैलेंस कर दिया, राइट और रॉन्ग. और सोचो इंटरनल टेम्परेचर ऊपर जा रहा था वर्क डन की वजह से, और आपने हीट बाहर निकाल के उसको इक्वलाइज कर दिया. तो चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी अल्टीमेटली U2 इज इक्वल्स टू बिकम्स U1, नो चेंज इन इंटरनल एनर्जी. और एक्सप्लेनेशन है इसका. सपोज सोचो एक्सपेंशन हो रहा है या कॉम्प्रेशन हो रहा है. जब एक्सपेंशन हो रहा है तब जो मॉलिक्यूल्स पास है, ठीक है, सोचो पहले ऐसे था, पास था, जो मॉलिक्यूल्स पास है, जब एक्सपैंड कर रहे हो इसको, तो ये मॉलिक्यूल्स जब दूर दूर, जो मॉलिक्यूल्स पास था वो जब दूर भाग रहा है, तो इन दो मॉलिक्यूल्स में, ये गैस है, इन दो मॉलिक्यूल्स में फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता. तो इसको ओवरकम करने के लिए जो फोर्स चाहिए वो नेग्लिजिबल है, इसीलिए इंटरनल एनर्जी घटता बढ़ता नहीं है. इसीलिए टेम्परेचर जब कांस्टेंट रखते हो तब इंटरनल एनर्जी घटता बढ़ता नहीं है. आई होप दैट यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस एक्सप्लेनेशन. अब इस वीडियो में यहां पे मैं क्वेश्चन, डू यू थिंक इंटरनल एनर्जी depends on the quantity Now, if you have understood internal energy properly, obviously your answer will be yes. It depends on the quantity. ज़्यादा number of moles होगा तो ज़्यादा internal energy होगा, कम number of moles होगा तो कम internal energy होगा. Hence, internal energy is an extensive property, as because it depends on the quantity. Hence, internal energy is an extensive property. Remember this. Sign of internal energy. Sign of change in internal energy. Change in U, that is sign of del U. Now del U means what? U2 minus U1. U2 means what? Final internal energy, right or wrong? And U1 is not what? Initial internal energy. Now when I talk about del U, okay, del U will be positive when U2 will be greater than U1, and del U will be negative when U2 will be less than U1. That means if the internal energy of a system is such that it decreases later on, then change in internal energy will be negative because U2 will be less than U1 at that time. And if the internal energy increases, then del U will be positive. And when the internal energy will increase, the internal energy will increase when you do adiabatic work on the system, not isothermal work. If you do isothermal work, then del U will be 0. But if you do adiabatic work on the system, at that time temperature will increase and del U will be positive. But if the system does adiabatic work, that means if the system doing work on the adiabatic work on the system means decreasing the compressing the system. And if the system expands, if the system does adiabatic work on the surroundings, then the internal energy will decrease. U2 will be less. Oh, I'm so sorry. At first, let me correct it. When you do adiabatic work on the system, the internal energy will definitely increase. Yes, because you are doing work on the system, the energy of the work is getting into the system, internal energy will increase. So U2 will be greater than U1. This will be the situation. The internal energy will be changing, internal energy will be positive. But when the system does adiabatic work, that means there will be decrease in the temperature, the work will go out, so internal energy will also be lost, so U2 will be less, then the internal energy will be negative.